Hello there, consciously evolving souls. This is MH, and this will be a collective, general, and love oracle reading for all water signs. So, this is a collective reading, water and earth signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So, the cards are pre shuffled, and please keep in mind that this is a general and collective message based on the Shamanic healing oracle deck, so Shamanic healing. And I am quite careful and, let's say, differently minded about my idea of the word love, or saying love reading. So here I imply twin souls, twin flames, and people, all kinds, who are here to help us evolve and heal on our journey on this earth as conscious souls. So I will be doing a 5-card spread. The relevant past, current energy or situation. Apologies for any loud music that is being played in the background. Hidden issues or energies impacting the current situation. Possible action steps to take for the current situation, and the most likely outcome. I do hope you can see everything in the spread. Okay, let's start with the relevant past. Emotional release. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see this. I hope you can see this, but we have emotional release. So what I'm getting and picking up, and I am a water sign as well, so this is for sun, moon, and rising. But for the last couple of weeks, maybe even a month, and building up to the recent days and hours, there has been a lot of emotional turmoil, and just for some grieving and crying, and relieving that, or maybe a desire to hold that in, but still to some degree an inability to do so, because it has been a time of emotional release that is very important for you, water signs. Very important to have this emotional release, because it is part of our growth and healing and evolution and growing and healing journey. As you can see, these water droplets around this beautiful flower, tears cocooning or sort of surrounding this flower that may be in a sort of germination stage, or is still blossoming and going through growing pains, new awakenings and growths and realizations and evolutions, even subconsciously. And this emotional release is actually watering and allowing for this beautiful blossoming plant that you are, or new stage of consciousness, ways of thinking, feeling, particularly in relationships and emotional situations. So I definitely see it. There's been an opening up for that. So don't fight that if you were still in this stage. That's what I'm getting and sensing and feeling. There's no need to fight this. There's definitely a reason for this, and emotional release will be the answer, or a part of the stage of going through this difficult situation that you may be in, whether it's in a particular relationship or just part time of your life, or whether it's growing pains or current momentary separation, or even long-term loss. But we don't know the outcome yet. But we shouldn't fear this emotional release. It doesn't mean that anything is final. We just need to allow this. And I love the purple surrounding it. That really shows the beauty of the situation. Purple's symbol is related with royalty and spirituality, not necessarily wanting to relate to any specific belief system, but it is just connected to that. And it's connected to Amethyst, and third eye, Pisces. So that is interesting. Here we have number 37, emotional release, and 37, a 10 or 1, which symbolizes new beginnings. So it's quite interesting. I think this emotional relief is paving the way and breaking through heartbreak, opening you up to expansion and a new beginning in this area of your life. So I do see this emotional release as definitely strong but necessary in a positive way in your life. So this is the relevant past. Okay, so current energies, movement into balance. Wow, now this is you can't make this up. This is in alignment. Movement into balance from this emotional release, which you may have been fighting, thinking it's turmoil and you can't handle this heartbreak that is piercing your souls for some of you to such a level and you don't understand why. Now we are moving into balance. There has been a reason and we are now integrating these lessons, whether on a heart or soul, the subconscious level, and we are integrating and moving into balance and are able to now move from a balanced level. We have the yin and the yang there, the sun and the moon. We're balancing our minds and our hearts, and these tears that were surrounding us now coming down, falling down, forming the foundation of our new beginning that we are now in. This, you see, there was a purpose to this, and now we're coming into balance and integrating those emotions and experiences and lessons. I see for some of you, maybe this may have been a specific person or situation where there might have been some antagonism and difficulty with another person. So I'm just seeing now we need to come into balance with the way we react and respond to this person. If we were overgiving or maybe not giving enough, especially emotionally and energetically, maybe we were crying so much over someone and we're now realizing that no, we actually do not need to be doing this because this is not in alignment with who we are. It has thrown us off balance, and now we have had a realization and an awakening, and we're coming back into balance. We're realizing that the more we try to control and hold on, the worse situations get, and sometimes the more things pull away from us. But at the same time, we don't need to be passive. We can just get on with our lives, the other areas of our lives that we need to focus on, ourselves, our careers. And just finding that balance with everything we do emotionally, finding that balance mentally, finding that balance physically, resting enough, working enough, using our bodies as the human animals that we are. This is moving into balance. Not only a lesson that we need to do this, but I think it's also happening for us. The cosmic energies are working for us to move into balance and finally be in that state again in our lives. And it's not necessarily again because I do feel this is a new start. And this is card number 1. Again, another 1. New beginnings. Wow. Things are definitely making sense and coming together. There has been a reason for everything you are going through. Let's look at maybe the possible issues that may be hindering or adding to your situation. Omens. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. And we have the moon there and a bit of dark night and owl, which is a wise creature. So omens. What omens have we not been heeding? And how can we pay more attention to our intuition? Is this something that needs to be done? Or do you feel that there has perhaps been some energy around you that needs to be cleared or stayed away from, some negative energy that has been impacting your situation? Of course, nothing is out of our control, but we do need to be aware of these universal energies and protecting ourselves, spiritually and emotionally and mentally, having that strong protection and healing around us. So whichever methods you prefer for that, I think it's been important to keep up with that maybe lately. That's been another thing that's really been there. But your intuition may have also been heightened, and specific messages. Maybe some of you have been connecting with the spirit animals or ancestors, a lot of spirit realm things going on that may have been trying to help, but we may have missed them, or may have been hindering us, maybe not intentionally. Okay, but I do overall feel this is not an overwhelming negative read, and that nothing is out of our control. So what we should do, what we do next, is look at what possible action steps we can take in this situation. And we have, wow, okay, this is interesting. Teaching. And it's card number 14. Oh, okay. Card omens was 31, which is 4. And I also relate 4 to emotional balance and just balance in general. 4 symbolizes this. Teaching. And I found it interesting that we had the card 4 before and life path 4, that's about the master builder. And now we have the teacher here teaching. And I was just listening to this idea of how we learn by teaching. We learn by teaching sometimes. We don't realize, but teaching can actually be a form of learning. So we've had an experience that has put us in emotional turmoil, but we have had our emotional release. We have learned things which we are now integrating. Maybe there were some omens around us, but we have been protecting ourselves spiritually and learning from what was going on. And now I think for many of us, it is time for us to step out and just, I feel like a lot of us, our ascendant is now main focus, and our purpose really shining in the world. And I think it's time for us to share our lessons. I think it's time for us to share our lessons, what we have learned emotionally, mentally, what we have integrated. And I just love this tree. It symbolizes wisdom for me, which is connected to the owl again, and these strokes of integrated experience. And we have the purple again. I think it's all coming together, and this is your purpose. One of your main steps that you need to take with this confusion and pain that you've been through, turn that into something, a gift to the world, and use your lessons and experiences now for teaching. Pisces, Virgo, Cancer, Capricorn. It's time for us to teach in this world. Water signs, we're the emotional beings, we're the spiritual beings, and now our knowledge is being called upon. And this is how we also heal from teaching. For some of us, some of you maybe are actually teachers or educators in some form of way, and you've been escaping, enjoying your work and doing this more and more to deal with or stay away from the pain that you've been going through. Maybe for some of you, this has been a helpful coping mechanism, and that's okay, because it is a positive way of distracting yourself, but also healing and learning yourself, because I've been repeating, we learn as we teach. We learn as we teach. A most likely outcome in this situation. Okay, here we have anger. We have another creature here, the bee. So for teaching, we had number 14, which is 4-1, which is 5, which symbolizes transformation, innovation, and teaching and sharing for me, and just gives off Aquarius energy, Uranus energy. So here we have anger, number 28, which is another 10, which is number 1. And the first thing that comes to mind and has been in my mind is righteous anger, and using our anger to form. I actually saw the statement. Let me try and see if I can get it. This post on my Instagram. I'm using my phone at the moment, but let me try and recall it. I hope I don't make this. I hope I don't make an error, but I think she said about like a prayer, to our ancestors and our foremothers, to help us transform our healing, transform our anger, our righteous anger, righteous rage, into lessons for nourishment. And that just brings me back to this teaching and this integration of lessons and emotional release. So I'm seeing here that a bee is a small creature, and it's okay to have this righteous anger, but it's helping us, and it is for a purpose, and we should channel this into everything we've learned here and giving our experiences to the world by sharing how we share best, sharing our teachings. And this is likely the direction we are being guided to. Maybe we will feel more and more anger as hours and days pass in this moment that's coming, because maybe we are not acknowledging the next steps that we need to take, or the situation that we are in. We have been in a emotionally intense situation, and we are meant to share our lessons with the world, because there's a collective reason for this. And I'm seeing these strokes are a bit more ragged and rigid and seemingly chaotic. I'm seeing that from this chaos, there is a purpose for it. So there may be a time of a bit more chaos, water signs, but I think that it's about channeling this, using this righteous anger. And this is again number one, a new beginning. I feel there's a new beginning in your purpose, and it is using this time that you've been through. So it is all coming for a purposeful, positive outcome. I'm going to pull a final card out of this, what needs to be repeated out of all we've said. What do we need to focus on what's already on the spread? Being focused on omens. I don't want to speak too much on this because I want you to think of what you know the answer to this message. Why does the universe want you to focus on this? Omens, number 31, 4. This balance and emotional energy. Okay, I will go further into this into another private reading. If you were interested in that, let me know. Into an extended. Now I'll pull out one more final closing energy. Maybe some encouragement for us. Ancient Wisdom, number 34. Yeah. This purple again and these lines again. We're getting this. Lessons, teaching, connecting to our spirituality, the wisdom of the earth, the plants, the animals. This is clearly a core part of your purpose that you are engaging in right now. So if you've had any doubts, believe that this is the path. You are on the correct path. Number 34, that's 8, about completion. So we will end our reading here. Thank you. I hope this was helpful.